What's up, man? Back at it again. This gonna be a whole nother twist. Sometimes, man, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta tell the story the way you seen it. Not the way everybody else said, not the way that you think it's supposed to go. Just actually what you seen. And that's it. So this is just what I seen and what I know, right? So when I go to prison, right? Well, people, before I even get into that, let me not even start before I get to prison. Let me start with hey, when I came back to Texas, it was like I was somewhere like in a slow movie. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them 1920 black and white movies. Then you hear the film clicking, not realizing that how fast things can be moving. You know what I mean? And then you can just get into some stuff and not realize how detrimental it can be because you so used to the fast pace, everything moving so fast, you're not understanding that, hey man, everything right here at a snail pace. You just know you on go mode all the time. So that being said, I come back to forward and no, there's no gang activity. There's people trying to be in gangs, but there's no gang activity, right? There's no gang mentality. There's no gang blueprint. There's no gang format. So yeah, it was some Crips. Dudes were saying they was Crips, and then you had the people that came from California that was actually Crips. Then you had people coming from Chicago that was actually, you know what I'm saying, GDs. I met some, you know what I'm saying, whatever, whatnot. That's neither here or there. But the point I'm making is when I got incarcerated, because this is just about me just going to prison, right? And I went to prison, right? And like I said, wasn't no gangs, and it started kind of exploding when I got in the county. So when I get to prison, there's really no Crips, there's really no Bloods. You know what I'm saying? I don't know when I got to my unit, it was like 5 Crips. That was it. It was like 2 Bloods there. You know what I'm saying? And they was from Cali. The 2 Bloods was from Cali. So you know what I'm saying? Then you had one dude that was from Cali. You know what I'm saying? Me, I lived in California, and then everybody else was from Texas. You know what I'm saying? That was it. That was basically it. The gang culture really hadn't infiltrated, you know what I'm saying, TDC in a point where like it was a problem. They didn't even have they STG was strictly for prison gangs. They didn't even have the knowledge yet of like how to identify tattoos, what it meant. When I got to prison, when I got on my unit, you can have a rag and walk around the yard. You can put it on your head. You can dye your shoes. You know what I'm saying? The little boots they give you in the commissary. You can dye them, have blue strings, all that. Dudes used to go down to the church. They had a big bowl with all different color rosary beads. So if you're a Crip or Blood or whatever, you GD, whatever, Vice Lord, you get your chain, you do get your rosary bead. You wear that. That was your representation of what you was about, right? Or where you was from. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that time, man, you know what I'm saying? It was just transition. I really didn't see the influx of Crips and Bloods until prison until like 96. Like I seen them coming, trickling in. It wasn't that the dam broke open late 95, 96. Damn, the boom, it exploded. Now it's gang warfare going on. But where I'm at, the unit is designed with some violence, but it's a lot of hustling over there. It's a lot of money floating around on the unit. So a lot of dudes is gonna do it. Gonna be some fighting, gonna be some riots, gonna be some stabbing, but they about that money. But my point I'm trying to make is, and what I want to really say is like, man, I've told this story. If anybody watch me, you know how I be talking, right? I'll tell you the real. I ain't never went to prison, won every fight. I hear that and I just be like, okay, man, I don't know what prison y'all was in. Well, not even that. I'm not even gonna say what prison. I don't know who you was picking to fight, right? If I know me, I wanted a reputation. So when I actually learned how to fight and I went back on bench warrant and I came back and I was down south and basically like somebody from Fort Worth being down south, mainly Houston's like 90% Houston. We don't get along with Houston. So I'm doing a lot of fighting, a lot on intentionally. I'm intentionally fighting. I'm like, yeah, put the commissary slip. Hey man, I got this filled out. Get that right there on the top. Then put your stuff under the bottom and stick it in their pocket and be standing at the door when they come back, ready to go. Whatever was gonna, you get that? Oh, see man, they gonna take off. Let me get that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing. Somebody say, oh, what's the name down there? I heard a fool down there on what's the name, D block on D dorm. He down there, man. They say he down there whooping everybody. What the fool name is? Fall out of place. First thing they get shaken, I'm out the door. Boom. Down there. Hey man, who's such on? Yeah, this is how much you. Oh, that's you, homie? I nigga down there say you can squabble. You know what I'm saying? He said you got a nice fight game. What's up? Nigga like, what? Yeah, I come down there and look at it. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Well, that same unit, right? And I've told people this story before because there ain't no shame in this, right? There ain't no shame in this. When I first got locked up in prison, I got beat up 4 times back to back in the same day. You know what I'm saying? Next day got touched up again. So my first 2 days of prison, I'm 0-5. I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? I come for the world, man. The only muscle I need to flex, that's the only muscle I'm flexing. You know what I'm saying? Call it what you want. You know what I mean? But I get on this unit. I'm exercising clean. I'm undefeated on this unit. And this is the same unit I actually encountered my first loss. And several more to come after that. Because what I was doing being arrogant. See, this is like, you can't be arrogant when you in prison and thinking that, okay, I got the market cornered. I got this game. I know this what to do. I'm pretty prolific at what I do. I'm straight. Nah, man, I showed out one day. See, I'm showing out for people and got beat up. I'm talking about my first reels, like one-on-one. See, them other fights, them first fights, they count. But nah, I got banged up. I actually got really banged up. I'm talking about banged up to the point when I came out, they didn't even lock him up. They didn't write him a case or nothing. They were so glad that I got beat up because I was putting my hands on the laws over there and the inmates. So they were so glad I got beat up. And then, you know, they was laughing and joking and talking. Yeah, the laws had like they probably threw a party in the OM. They probably went to the OM. They probably had cakes and streamers and balloons. They probably celebrated because they were so, man, they were so annoyed with me. And I was just being a thorn in their side so much. They seen this dude beat me up like this. They was like, ooh wee. But you know what's so cold about this? He didn't even supposed to beat me up. He didn't even supposed to win. I drop him and I started talking to the crowd. See, this is how you do this. This is how you whoop one of these fools. Man, I told y'all, man, this nigga ain't done. Man, listen, man. I'm going to show you how to beat somebody up. I'm going to show you that methodically, I'm going to break this boy down. Watch how I do this. I'm capping. I'm talking crazy. Not knowing. Then I'm telling them, get yourself together, man. Get yourself up. Get on back up here. Yeah, I'm going to let you get yourself all the way back together, and I'm going to take you back down through there. Man, I dropped this boy probably through about 8-9 punches, set him on his pockets. Quick. I'm quick, bro. I'm quick. I'm gonna weave off that boy. I'm gonna hit him. I took him down. I'm capping and got my ass kicked. Right? Get out of jail 14-1. See him on the slab going to lunch and look the other way like I dropped something on the ground. I don't even want to look him in his face. Man, I dropped something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I dropped something. I don't know, like, nigga, I don't want to look. I don't want him to think I want any issue or nothing. So what came off of that? I'm lick shot. So he banged me up so good, and when he got it in because they was all free. So man, now I'm lick shot. I don't want to get banged on, man. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta keep on stepping, man. I gotta keep it pushing on. You know what I'm saying? So I get into another altercation. So I ain't gonna take y'all through the whole preliminary thing. Just know I went 0-9. 0-9, right? On this particular unit for 1 year. I was over there 1 year. Not exactly like that was over 1 year. I was over there 11 months and 3 weeks. To be exact, before they put me on the bus, shackled down like I just killed 75,000 police officers. I had so many cuffs and chains on, shit was ridiculous. And hey man, in that 11 months and 3 weeks, I had over 100 fights. I was fighting regularly. Police. After that, Before that, I was fighting at least once to 2 to 3 times a day. I'm gonna fight somebody every single day because I just wanted to. So when I hear dudes say, oh yeah, woo, 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 nigga, I ain't never lost a fight. You ain't never lost a fight? You ain't never, ever, ever, ever lost a fight. Then two things that tell me two things. You wasn't fighting nobody that was of significance, or you know what I'm saying? You just wasn't fighting. They wasn't fighting. I don't know nobody. Even some of the coldest names in prison went undefeated. And if you've been gone 20 years, 10 years, and you telling me you ain't lost no fight, you telling the world you ain't never lost a fight, you lying to me. You lying to you. But ain't nobody gonna be able to prove it, because if they did see you fight and you didn't lose none, the dude that you fought, he wasn't up to par. He wasn't on your skill level. See, the thing about going to prison, when you get out there and everybody want to rep, this for anywhere you go in America, you always supposed to go up. You don't never supposed to fight your weight. You don't never supposed to fight your level or under your level. You always supposed to fight up. That's what when I used to stick that commissary slip in dude's pocket, I don't know if they going what kind of skill they got, but I know they got some heart. They wasn't no hope. I ain't never stuck my commissary slip in 1995 when I was on holiday unit in any man. Now I ain't saying they no bitches. Any man, when I stuck it in his pocket and told him to get that, I knew for a fact, right? He wasn't no hoe. He wasn't gonna fold up. He took it because the nigga was like, this nigga tripping. Got me fucked up. They didn't buck it right there because why? I don't know. Maybe because they knew I was fighting all the time. They knew I was going to take off right there. Maybe they wanted to get their commissary first and come back and deal with it then. But that's because normally that's how it went. I let you come back and we're going to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I done been in the dorm. I've been in the dorm and wiped everybody locker clean during child. I was the only one left in the dorm. Dudes come back, man, somebody's gonna broke in my locker. They didn't even have locks. I took everything, what I wanted, sorted through the food that I eat, and everything else I didn't like, I threw it back on the sheet. I took somebody's sheet, threw it on the sheet, and drug it into the middle of the day room and just left it there. And just took what I wanted, what I like to eat and take and snack on. And that's it. And then when they came back in, I was strapped up, ready to go to war. And they're like, man, come over there. Say, man, you see somebody coming in? Nah, I ain't see nobody coming here. Was you still in there the whole time? Yeah, I was in there the whole time. The clown ass, y'all know I did it. But that's not even the story. But that's just some of the shit I was doing. Nobody goes lose a fight. No way are you in prison and not lose no fight unless you're not fighting anybody of significance or you're not fighting. So I just be tripping on that. Instead, I heard dudes say, well, I was the first wave of Crips and Bloods that come to prison. How do you know that? What do you determine that against? I don't remember TDC keeping tabs on this is the first documented Crip that came through TDC when you came through diagnostic. They wasn't even asking you, was you in a gang? If you came out of forward, this I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. People can get mad out of Texas. If you wasn't out of forward, you wasn't from San Antonio, that gangbanging shit, you keep that. You keep that. You can keep that. Don't tell niggas, watch this. And people know me know this. I used to be in Dallas. That's right next door to us, 31 miles apart. We 31 miles apart. I used to be all up through South Dallas, all up in North Dallas, all up in West Dallas, right? You know what I'm saying? All up in East Dallas. I'm everywhere, all in the cliffs, right? Singing hills, hollering hills. I'm talking about Roosevelt, going to every gym, playing basketball. I'm at every spot, city lights, like, you know what I'm saying? 57, Fat Joe, whatever, all that shit. Bucket of blood, all that. I'm at all that shit. I'm at every hole in the wall. Lamar down at the Good Lucks when it's jumping. Pepper on Top Cat, go get something to eat. Cross street from Madison, all up and down Pennsylvania. Before the shit was Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, I was there, niggas. Niggas can't tell me nothing. All through Dixon, all of that shit. Man, I'm talking about East Dallas projects, all on the other side of Grand. Don't tell me nothing, bro. Y'all, it wasn't no gang banging. They was getting money over there. No, it was no structured gang banging in them cities. You wanted to see some action? There's some real facts. Everybody know this. I'm making this video because I get frustrated to hear people say, well, we was the first. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. I remember, and I know for a fact because I participated in it. You better not cross that Tarrant County line. Because everybody know, nigga, it wasn't just LA, the home of the body bag. Fort Worth, Texas, home of the body bag. If you wasn't on the Richter scale, if you wasn't making it shake, you didn't make the national goddamn headlines. Nothing to brag on. I'm not bragging on it, but I'm just making a point. When people talk about what go on and what they do, I just be like flabbergasted behind it. I'm just appalled. The audacity of it all. I don't know nobody that's still. I don't know nobody I ever encountered. I done been in 9 states. I done been in 16 major cities. I done been in major projects on the East Coast, in the Midwest, in the South. I done dealt with Jamaicans. I done dealt with Colombians. I done dealt with Mexicans. I done dealt with different type of black motherfucking organizations that was violent. I've never, ever, ever seen nobody that can get took down. If they didn't get took down in them streets, that's because the law got them. Everybody that stood on business in the streets, you can only stand on it for so long. If you went to prison, you can only stand on it so long. I don't care. You're going to get old. You're going to get slow. Somebody that's going to have a better skill. Somebody got a better weed game. They got a better block game. They coming like, yeah. All that, yeah. I don't understand it. People say, we was that first group. Who is we? Who is we? Listen, guess what? My uncle was one of the first Crips to come in Fort Worth. When I'm in 6th grade. Can I turn the clock back? If I turn the clock back, that's 1980. Nobody in the Metroplex, nobody down south, nobody they didn't know nothing about that. And if they did, it was somebody in their family and they came and they visited and they got back. Or they moved down because they were just, you know what I'm saying? And they just with that. But they wasn't doing nothing with it. My uncle the first one just come down here and didn't put nothing down, but just was the first one. If anybody might know me, know my friends will tell you firsthand. Well, first time I ever seen the Crip was his uncle. That was we were little kids. We didn't even know what a Crip was. I mean, I did, but I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know what it entailed. But all I'm saying is this right here. The message in this is, man, about going to prison, going to jail, being in these streets and the history and the you know what I'm saying, the fundamentals of all this in Texas, man, come on, bro. We need to stop it. We need to stop that. Well, all these dudes talking about they super this, they did this, I put it down. Who was you putting it down against? It wasn't nobody to go against, right? There was nobody y'all didn't even understand the structure. You didn't even understand how to even put a set together. Y'all was like, how was you stomping, but you was doing it against who? Just picking dudes because this dude say he a blood, this dude say that Crip. Y'all just shooting at each other and set tripping and don't even know why. Don't even have a real understanding of why y'all doing what y'all doing. So then, therefore, that means y'all don't even count. You can't go to prison. I usually bite my tongue. You can't go to prison. You can't get put down in an institution and say that you repped it. Because if you didn't put no work in on the streets, whatever you do in prison, don't count how many people you beat up. In prison, that don't count. Because you wasn't in the hood when you did it. You wasn't in the streets, you know what I'm saying, when the war was going on, and you didn't do it there. That don't count. I don't care where you was at in America. I don't care what state you're from. If you got put down in jail, right, and you didn't, and then you from a hood, and that hood ain't in your city, in your neighborhood where you grew up, that don't count. That don't count. Sorry. I don't make the rules. I just follow. I didn't make the rules. Y'all want to know about the rules? Hey, next time when dudes from California go on, ask them. Get on their lives, hit their comments, and ask them why. Why? I didn't make the rules up. Now, they might move the goalposts a little bit or something like that. I don't know. But I know what I was taught and what I learned and what I seen with the ones I seen it with. And I ain't talking about from my hood. I'm talking about from a bunch of hoods that I knew dudes and I was cool. We was rivals. We wasn't no rivals. We was allies. So I could go over there and chop it up with them. Yeah, I ain't never seen them move the goalposts. If you got put down and you wasn't from there, it don't count. If you got put down and you came and you wasn't out there long enough, it don't count. If you what? I'm going to say it again. If you got put down, you was 15, 16, 17, 18, right? Because really, if you get put down past 16, boy, you're too old. You feel me? You're really kind of too old. You know what I'm saying? But, okay, we're going to give it because it's Texas. We're going to say 18. If you got put down and you didn't get an opportunity to bang on anybody hard in a war situation where y'all going back and forth, volleying, or like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I might have got put down, stayed out 9 months, then got caught a case and I'm gone. Don't count. Your record is blemished. It don't count. You got put down with the hood, 85 days later, you locked up. You ain't put no work in for the hood. You not a G. You not an OG. If you didn't start a set yourself, anything, and the dude, when you say, I'm going to start a set, and I got 5 dudes with me, these are the founders right here, us 6, us 11, us 12 or 13. When it started, we say, this is what we are. If those people were standing there, those are OGs. Everybody after that, you're not an OG. Sorry, it's just a message. I'm just telling the truth. Nobody telling the truth on YouTube. Nobody want to tell the truth when they tell these stories. Let's call this stuff what it is. I'm going to be the one to tell the truth every single time. If I lost a fight, I lost it. If I did it, I did it. If I didn't, I did. So what? So what? Ain't nobody what somebody going to do about it. I'm not an OG. So now what? I'm not an OG. I'm a little low. And if you know what that means, you understand the structure, this always going to be like that. I'm only looked upon as a G by the little homies that's underneath me. That's it. But if you coming out though, oh, I'm an OG, you can't be an OG. You 20? You can't be an OG. Can't nobody give you OG unless you started a set. I just hate to hear that, boy. I hate to hear it. I'm the greatest of all time. The greatest fighter of all time lost. Every great champion lost. Every great dynasty lost. Every great Super Bowl football team lost. Every NBA champion. I don't know nothing in this world or in this life that ain't never took a loss. Y'all need to stop that, boy. Y'all be on the interviews. Y'all be blowing that trumpet. Man, y'all need to stop that, man. Straight up, man. Nigga, stop it. Stop it, man. If you didn't get nothing out of this message, I'm sorry.